Hi guys, Alex here. Welcome back to an Alex is Shook video. And today we're going to do something a little bit different. I do have a life update for you guys, just talking about what's going on with me. And the last time that I really sat down and did one of these was in July. So I want to talk about things that have changed, or maybe it was August. I'm not 100% sure. All I know is that I was not doing well at that time, but things have certainly changed and improved mentally. So we'll talk about that. I'll give an update on my eyes and just what I want to do going forward and my thinking regarding the channel and just my life, because I feel like I'm at this like crossroads where I can pretty much go where I want, do what I want, and I just don't know what I want to do. So let's start off first and foremost by doing an eye update. So if you guys have been watching my channel the last couple of weeks, then you know we have been going through a serious journey. And it all happened because I was overusing eye drops. It just got the best of me. We were in this cycle of allergies, putting the drops in, and then it would wear off and I would put more in. And it got to the point where no matter how many I put in, it was still red and burning. And when I first stopped using the eye drops, like the next day, oh my goodness, my eyes were in so much pain. I couldn't even look at a screen. I could barely keep them open. It was like I was holding them and trying to not cry because I didn't end up crying or anything over the pain. But I wonder if that would help because they were kind of dry. So, stirring up those emotions to produce some water might have actually helped or not. It could have been worse for it. But in regards to my eyes, they have gotten better. It's been like what, 2 weeks, I think, maybe a little bit more. I haven't even been keeping track in regards to that, but they are slowly but surely getting better. They're not 100% where I want them to be. It's still dry. And when I wear contacts, I can see really well. But when I'm wearing glasses because of the dry eye, I can't really see that well. It's kind of unexplained. I mean, it's just because they're dry, but the contacts manage to keep some moisture in there so I can see better with the contacts. So that's what I have been doing, is kind of switching out my contacts. I have two brand new pairs. When these get dry, I put the other one in and then we keep it pushing, and that seems to be working for me. I'm hoping in like the next couple weeks, a few more weeks, we will go back to normal and I can just wear my glasses and not worry about this because it has been so annoying. You know, you really take it for granted when you're just looking around and then you start to have an issue with your eyesight. You really take that for granted. So now I'm just thankful for my eyes and being able to see and all of that. So it has certainly been a journey for sure. Next, I wanted to talk about my weight loss, which has been slowly but surely progressing since about 2020. I said that I wanted to lose weight. I had got up to 200 pounds at that point. It's hard for me to admit that. I usually say 199.9, and it's kind of like a joke when it comes to ALR Amberlynn because she never wanted to say that she was 600, but it's very much possible that she was 600 at one point. Anyways, I was 200, and that was a shocker in 2020. I was drinking too much over the summer. It was a very stressful time for me, for the world, for everybody. I mean, we were in the midst of the pandemic and things were pretty bad at that time. Election year. It was crazy. 2020 was crazy. But here we are. We all made it through 2024, and I have made it down to 165. So, not to toot my own horn, but we did it. We really did it. but we're not quite there yet. I do want to lose about 10 more pounds so that we can be in that normal BMI range, which for my height would be exactly 154 is normal. It's either 53 or 54 is a normal weight for me because I'm 5'6", which is pretty short. Although if I do start building muscle, you could totally be 165 and in perfect health, even at 5'6", but that's just not me. I still have a lot of excess fat, although I do have an app on my phone that kind of tracks your body fat percentage and things like that. And it's very good in that way. So right now my total body fat is 21.6, which is in the acceptable range. Now fitness would be 17%. So I'm really focused on that. I'm not in the obesity range, which is good. That would be 25% and over. But my BMI is still overweight and the subcutaneous fat is still high. It's supposed to be 16.7. Mine is 18.7. So I still have that. That's from eating like unhealthy food. Like 100%, this is from eating unhealthy food. I don't always eat the best and I don't always get the most exercise. But lately, I have been sticking to my at least 35 minutes a day of cardio. And we almost always go above that to 40. Sometimes even like last Saturday, I did like an hour and a half. It was crazy. It was absolutely crazy. We did all of that. No, that was Sunday. That was Sunday. We did all that. And then we came on a live stream. Like we were really working that day. But it has been hard. I cannot lie to lose this last 10 pounds, to have the will to count my calories and want to deal with all that. It's just so annoying. And part of me is happy with where I am already. But I know we just haven't reached that finish line yet. And I'm not going to be completely satisfied until I do reach that finish line, the 153, the 154, or some sort of fitness where we get our fat levels below where it is with the subcutaneous fat, whatever that means. It's like fat under your skin. That's like your stomach or your thighs or your arms. Like I still have a Flappy Bird arm, you know what I mean? So I have to work on that in regards to fitness and strength. I want to start getting in that gym. This is my goal. Let me put that on the goal list to sign up for a gym. I've just been indecisive, and we're going to get to that on what I want to do in regards to like which gym do I want to go to? Because I know I don't want to go to Planet Fitness, but I don't want to go to the really bougie one that I went to growing up because it's like $80 a month, which is, I think, too much. But it's really nice. It's really nice. Maybe we'll think about it. But there's other options that are more like $30, like mid-range, instead of, because Planet is like 10, then your mid-range is like 30. The bougie one's like 80, or it was 80 in like 2008. So it's probably like 100 by now, give or take for inflation. You know, something's got to give. So let me get into that gym. I do need, like, on top of fitness, I need another reason to get out of the house and, you know, be around people and not just be in my room on my phone or playing games all the time because, you know, that's what I do with my free time. I'm not much of a hiker or whatever, outdoorsman. That's not really me. I'm more of a nerd type. So I'm at home on the computer. I am excited though for it to get nice outside because I really just don't like the cold weather. I feel like it really messes with my depression and makes me sad. Although I have been pushing through this winter, regardless of the physical issues. Mentally, I have been holding up pretty well, especially compared to where I was in July, August, which is strange because usually I'm happier in the summertime. So I found that to be kind of interesting. Lastly, I want to talk about how like indecisiveness is just ruining my life. I know it's not even being over dramatic, but it even goes down to the little things. Like I'm at this weird crossroads in my life where I don't know what I want to do or where I want to go. All of my work can be done at home or over the phone. Well, a combination of those two things. So realistically, I can pretty much move wherever I want. And I know that I am not happy in my current situation and something has to change, whether that is moving to a different place in the same town or moving, hundreds of miles away, anywhere in the US, within reason. I really could move to at this time, not like one of the big, not like LA, like a girl can't afford LA, a girl can't afford New York City, but something small, like not small, but like a medium sized city or something. Just not one of the mega cities. I mean, those are the two largest cities in the US, right? So it's going to be difficult to live there. But I've been so indecisive, and that has just left me to do absolutely nothing. And this goes down to even like, what game am I going to play with my time? What movie am I going to watch on Netflix? It's that fatigue. And maybe that's what it is. I've opened myself up to, oh, you could move anywhere in the country. It's too much. I need to narrow it down. Maybe that's part of the reason why I feel this way, because when you open up Netflix, there's so many choices. And when I look at my gaming shelf, there's way too many games, a lot of them that I have not completed, and there's new ones coming out. So it goes down to everything. And I think a lot of people are dealing with that right now. It's like selection fatigue. Okay, I guess it would be referred to as like decision fatigue. I'm looking at articles. I'm definitely going to take a look at this article and see what I can kind of work on in regards to that. Just picking something and going with it and not just instead scrolling on my phone because there's way too many choices. Whatever, I don't even want to deal with this. I'm just going to open up TikTok or YouTube and zone out for the rest of the night and not deal with anything. And that's kind of the bad habit that I have. I just need to start looking at different options and see what is available to me. I do get scared because of my past and whether or not someone would want to rent to somebody like me who does have like certain things in my past, and nothing like too bad, but it's like one little thing and you get denied. You know what I'm saying? If you've ever dealt with something like this, anything. Like you could have anything, just like a public intoxication. And just because you have a mark of any kind, you get denied for certain things. And I think that they need to fix that, because if it's not really bad, then why? Why are we punishing people for the rest of their lives? It just seems ridiculous. So there's also that fear of rejection that a lot of people deal with as well. I dealt with that a lot, like just growing up and starting out adulthood, trying to apply to jobs and just feeling like there's no way I'm going to get this, so I'm not going to do it anyway. But then there was a couple that I did finally apply to, and surprisingly, they did give me a chance. So it's all about trying, keep going. I need to tell myself these things because I struggle with them as well, and just keep trying, because even if you are rejected, there's hundreds of more options. Back to that decision fatigue again. You have to continue on because nobody's going to make those decisions for you or do things for you. I mean, you have to do them for yourself. And I feel like that's what I really learned these past like 5 years, is that I could not rely on somebody else to pick up my pieces. I had to finally come to the table and do it myself. because when I got out of rehab, I was in a mountain of debt and I had really no prospects for my future. And for a few months after getting out, I just laid around the house and did nothing. I didn't know what I was going to do. And then my uncle hooked me up with a job working with him. I'm actually opening up an Amazon package right now to show you guys. So my uncle hooked me up with a job with him, and I don't do that anymore, but it was definitely a start to get out of the house and be interacting with people on the job and stuff because I was actually a plumber assistant, not a plumber. I mean, you need some sort of license to be a plumber, right? But I was the assistant, and basically it entailed a lot of dragging very heavy objects. I know a lot of you guys cannot imagine me being a plumbing assistant, but I did it. A lot of flashlight holding. That was like 50% of the job was holding a flashlight. I could be replaced by a stand. Okay, replaced by a stand. And a lot of carrying very heavy objects. Just like the 5 or 6 months I did that, I was in so much better shape when I got out of it. And I feel like I lost a lot of that in 2020 once the pandemic hit and we were sitting around a lot and I was eating a lot of junk food. The only thing I would do was, or the only thing you really could do, I would go out and get food at a fast food window and eat in a random parking lot. So, but where was I? I was able to pick up the pieces and get myself out of a lot of the debt that I was in. Like, it's no longer an insurmountable amount that there's no way I could do this. It's just, I really set myself up for absolute failure. And I did not think that I would ever, ever get out of it. And a lot of that is what led me to substance use in the first place. It was the only escape that I had. You know, not that it's not a good one. You're just going to make your problems worse, which I did. I absolutely did. But in that moment, you can escape for like a few hours. I got this tub, okay? And my plans for this tub, you might be wondering, what? What are you doing? It's going to be part of the background. Okay, that looks cute already, but it's missing something. Should I not tell you guys yet? Okay, I'm not going to tell you guys yet, but I'm going to put something in that tub. Leave in the comments down below if you know what I'm going to put in that tub. Okay? It's funny. I'm telling you, it's funny. Anyways, I'm just like in this place where it's time for me to move on, put my big girl panties on, and move into the next stage of my life and really manifest what I want that to be. Because right now, just living where I'm living, being single, it's really hard to find someone in this town. I've been trying this dating pool for like 10 years to no avail. I just don't think that it's going to happen here. And that has caused me to completely stop. But I'm looking towards the future and I don't want to be just single and alone and with no one in my life, because I think even further into the future when, my family members aren't here anymore and it's just me and I don't have a family of my own. What am I going to do? It's sad, but that's the path that I'm on right now. All right, you guys, that's going to be it for the update. I'm doing much better than I was last summer, but there's still so much more that I want to accomplish looking towards the future. That got kind of a little bit grim there at the end. I don't want to go there, but it's the truth, and I really need to look towards the future and set that up. That's what scares me the most, is that future. All right, guys, let me know what you think in the comments down below, and I will, of course, catch you guys in the next one. All right, bye, guys.